are, day 7, final dinner, and yes, this entire tray of pasta is going to be just for me. Good morning, it is Thursday and it is officially the final day of our budget grocery week, so this is day 7. So of course we could do the plain pancakes as we have done. We have plenty of mix to do that, but just like I did yesterday, I'm kind of trying to show you some options about ways to incorporate some more variety, maybe using some ingredients you have. A common suggestion got me thinking about the strawberry oatmeal that I have and maybe doing the hazelnut spread and the strawberries to make a chocolate covered strawberry pancake, and that actually sounds really good, so we're going to try that today. So just like yesterday, I'm going to be using 2/3 of a cup of my pancake mix. Grab a packet of strawberries and cream oatmeal and mix that in. I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup of water. So I also have not really shared the hazelnut spread process, but since yesterday I ended up with something that was beautiful and thick and glossy like a ganache, I do want to show you that process today. So I'm pretty much going to add some hazelnut spread into my container here. And then I'm also going to add in about a tablespoon of water. I'm going to stick this in the microwave for about 30 seconds. So after it has been microwaved, I'm just going to stir this until it is all combined. And it's really interesting to actually watch because the color of this will change from that kind of light brown into a dark, thick and glossy brown color. That's why I said it made it like chocolate ganache, and I don't really understand the science of how this works, how adding water to it makes it darker. Once my pancakes are done, we're gonna drizzle some of this over the top and we're ready to eat. The final pour of the hazelnut spread for the week. So as I mentioned yesterday, I do think that this is my new favorite way of eating pancakes. I like how it changes the texture of them. I like how it adds some extra flavor to them. And now your flavor possibilities of your pancakes are kind of endless, and you can buy a few variety packs of oatmeal and change up your breakfast every day without having to buy a whole bunch of different breakfast foods. Chocolate covered strawberry breakfast pancakes. Does it really get much better than that? But just because you're eating on a budget doesn't mean your meals have to be boring. All right, so it is lunchtime, and lunch is gonna be pretty simple because I wanna see how well this rice soup that I made yesterday reheats. Because you know, it's been sitting in the fridge overnight and you never really know how rice is going to do when it's sitting in a pool of liquid. So I'm gonna pour this into my bowl. And I am going to microwave this for 2 minutes and I'll be right back. So I want to say that it's a fantastically chilly day here in the South, but it is in Virginia and it is currently 65 degrees and I have the air conditioning going right now. It is February, so there's that. Let's see how the soup reheated. It's actually reheated really well. I probably wouldn't eat this for more than like 2 to 3 days because I feel like over time the rice will disintegrate from sitting in liquid. But we made it for dinner last night. We can have it for leftovers for lunch today. But beyond that, that's probably where I'd cap it out. Are you guys ready for the very last meal in the budget grocery week? Well, technically not the very last because I'm probably gonna have some popcorn later on tonight. But as far as the actual meals go, this will be the last one. So I still have half a block of mozzarella cheese. I still have some pasta sauce, still have some penne pasta, and I have my green beans. So we're just gonna kind of do a really simple and basic like baked ziti style pasta. I'm just going to grate up the rest of my mozzarella cheese, which is unfortunately a little bit dried out because I did kind of store it in the fridge in a really poor manner on my part. Let's see, okay. So I've got a little dried out portion there. I'm gonna have to clip that away. That was my bad because I'm lazy sometimes and don't really take the time to store things properly. But I also expected to use it sooner than day 7. So it was just that little bit that was dried up and it seems like we're fine now. So I'm gonna grate the rest of this block. I have 2 pots of water here and one of them is going to be for my green beans, which is basically just going to be the side dish for the pasta. Super simple. I'm gonna go ahead and season my water with some vegetable bouillon powder. That adds a lot of flavor to the green beans. And I did this earlier this week and then at the end I just seasoned them with salt and pepper. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. Things are boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my green beans over here. Suppose I should switch to an appropriate vessel or an appropriate spoon for stirring rather than just my little teaspoon. And I'm just gonna let those simmer pretty much until the pasta is done, because when it comes to green beans, I actually like mine quite soft. Just going to add, I have about a cup of penne pasta, and I'm just gonna boil that until it's done. The pasta is cooked and drained. I have this little casserole dish here. I got this a long time ago from Aldi, and it's kind of perfect for like a single serving of any sort of like a baked dish or casserole. You can see how perfectly the pasta fits in there. So this is the 1 cup of penne that I cooked, and I'm gonna go ahead and sauce that up. I am just going to top this with my shredded mozzarella cheese. And my oven is preheated to 400 degrees. I'm gonna toss this in maybe 15 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes, until the cheese on top is golden brown, and then dinner is ready. All right, here we are, day 7, final dinner, and yes, this entire tray of pasta is going to be just for me. I'm gonna dig into the green beans here. There's something about boiling green beans in the broth of their fallen brethren that just really sets them over the top, you know? And now how gorgeous does this little baked pasta dish look? Baking it in a single serving tray like this somehow makes it look a little bit more fancy, considering it's just pasta, sauce, and cheese. It's a little acidic. I'm not really quite sure why that is, because I use this pasta sauce quite a lot. So I usually don't have too much of a problem with it. I wonder if it's just because it's kind of been sitting in the fridge for a week, to be fair. You know what would also be great? Some garlic bread. Should have rationed that out a little bit better. Maybe I should have cut the loaf into thirds rather than halves. Things to think on for next time. All right, dinner is a wrap. I'm gonna wrap this video up by showing you everything we have left over at this point. So at the end of day 7, what do I have left? I still have some of the black bean filling from the black bean tacos. That's probably about a cup or so. And you could cook this and just eat it with plain white rice. I also have some of my rice and vegetable soup mixture, so I could have that for lunch tomorrow. I have some Jello, but that's mostly just because I'm not really much of a Jello eater. I kind of want to try the thing where you put the Jello in the freezer and see how that goes, but it's not my favorite dessert. I got it mostly because it's a very voluminous dessert. In retrospect, I probably should have just gotten a second box of those Buddy Bars. I have a single packet of popcorn left, and that is going to be my snack for this evening. I have a good handful of tea bags left, as well as a single packet of lemonade drink mix powder. I have about 2/3 of my bag of white rice, a smidgen of pancake mix, but that was mostly just because I supplemented it with some oatmeal the past couple of days. I have my black bean tacos that I froze, and there's quite a few of them in here. I also have about half of my box of penne pasta, pretty much my entire bottle of soy sauce, and still about half of my jar of vegetable bouillon. So you could definitely roll this over into the next week and get some ideas on some things that you can make with these ingredients, and you still have a good couple of meals here. I could potentially continue this on day 8 or 9 if I wanted to really deplete the food that I have in front of me. I think that this was a really good way to end how to eat for $5 a day. This is day 7, and this is where I will leave you, and I will see you guys again soon.